many we're going to have some speakers as well, so yeah. Right, so the first chant will be what we want, climate action, when do we want it, now. What do we want?
Climate action!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Climate action!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we need?
Climate action!
When do we need it?
Now!
What do we need?
Climate action!
When do we need it?
Now!
What do we want?
Climate action!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Climate action!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we need?
Climate action!
When do we need it?
Now!
What do we need?
Climate action!
When do we need it?
Now!
What do we want?
Climate action!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Climate action!
When do we want it?
Now!
Our second chant, I think, will be before we all sing at the end. Hey, hey, ho, ho, climate change has got to go. Right. Hey, hey, ho, ho, climate change has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, climate change has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, climate change has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, climate change has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, climate change has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, climate change has got to go. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we need? When do we need it? What do we need? When do we need it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we need? When do we need it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want?
Action!
When do we want it?
Now! Hooray!
We're going to do our speeches now as well, and then just do some more chanting. Ever since the Industrial Revolution began, we have been using fossil fuels in a way that puts pressure on Earth's natural resources. Since then, the climate has been warming at a rate that is now threatening extinction of all life on Earth. The planet's average surface temperature has risen approximately 1.62 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 0.9 degrees Celsius since the late 19th century. The effects of climate heating are more visible than ever before. Just 4 weeks ago, there was a cyclone that hit Mozambique. It flattened villages, damaging thousands of homes and killing around 700 people. This Wednesday, 5,000 Canadians were forced to leave their homes as firefighters battled deadly wildfires. Even local towns in the Highlands were evacuated as wildfires spread over moorland. Fire crews from Ullapool, Inverness, Perzo, Betty Hill and Loch-Inver were needed to fight the fires. As sea levels rise and increased rainfall hits our villages, towns and cities, we will become increasingly vulnerable. Governments now must lead the way and invest in renewable energy as viable and immediately required alternatives to fossil fuels that have caused this emergency. Governments need to put forward legislation to fund the transition to a green Scotland. We need immediate action. There's no time to lose. Politicians, powerful companies and organisations can play an important role in securing our planet's future, our future. Pollution isn't just bad for the environment, but it's also bad for every human organ and nearly every cell. It affects reproduction, brain, lungs, heart and vital organs. New analysis indicates 8.8 million early deaths each year, making air pollution a bigger killer than tobacco smoke. News channels and press need to be scientifically precise, but also stress how important this is. The language used to describe the crisis has become stronger and less passive. Governments can declare a climate emergency, but now they have to act on it.
I cannot stress what Eric said enough. The Parliament have declared a climate emergency, but they are not acting as though it's an emergency. We need to act now before it's too late to change our ways. I saw a sign that said we must act as though our house is on fire. because that is so true. We're trying to pretend as though this isn't happening when it is. People claim it's a hoax just so they don't have to change the way they're living. But we need to act now so we can save our planet before it is too late.
Yes.
I'm Fergus. I'm from the Scottish Socialist Party, and it's really great to see there's so many people that are really taking this emergency seriously. This is the greatest threat that mankind has ever faced, and it's really encouraging to see so many folk out to come against this. I mean, we're facing a lot of crises at the moment. We've got the crisis of a Tory government that's going to destroy working class lives for a decade or more. We've got the crisis of Brexit, which is going to destroy working class lives for half a century, if not more. But the big crisis is the climate. The environmental crisis, will ruin people's lives forever. It's irreversible. We're 11 years away from the precipice, and action needs to happen now. Environmental justice cannot be done unless there's also social and economic justice. They go hand in hand. It's not people here in the West that are going to suffer the most from these injustices that are being brought on them. It's people in the global South. You already see in the Middle East, in Africa, and in Asia, just the example brought up by Eric there, Mozambique, the cyclone that's ruined thousands of people's lives. These events will be happening more and more and more, and will lead to an environmental and migrant crisis that we have never seen before. In the Middle East, in Syria, climate change directly impacted on the drought that led to the Syrian civil war and destroyed that entire country and many of them around it. I think one thing we also need to be on the lookout for is eco-fascism. There are a lot of people that will use the environment as a means to try and justify racist and white supremacist ideas. Talk about overpopulation often leads to talking about sterilisation and eugenics, and we need to be careful about that. But as I say, the environmental crisis is one crisis that we need to deal with. In Scotland, there's a lot of measures we can take. It's really encouraging to see the work that the Green Party have been doing on their Green New Deal. So there's a lot more we can do. Without changing our system, we will not be able to deal with the environmental crisis. Capitalism as a system cannot deal with this crisis. We can't stay with a system that values the profit of corporations above the needs of people. Without changing our economic system, we are in grave danger of failing to save our planet. So please, keep up with this. It's fantastic. I'd like to express solidarity from the Scottish Socialist Party to all the kids that are committing to the school strikes. It's absolutely fantastic work. It's amazing to see young people leading in such a way, and hopefully not too soon trade unions, I would say, should be telling their workers to go on strike and take direct action against the climate crisis.
Right on. All right.
Yes.
This thing up, I'm quite impressed. This is heavy. These guys have done well. I totally, absolutely back what you just said there. That was fantastic. And everything else, and Eric, well done for doing this. My name's Stephen. I work for a wee charity called Nature for Health, and we're particularly interested in connecting people with nature for mutual benefit. Being outdoors is a wonderful thing to do. We're out here today. The rain's, it's raining. We've got waterproof skin. It's all good. We need to spend more time outdoors. This is something that we firmly believe in. And I say mutual benefit because the more we are out there, the more we're enjoying what's there, the better we understand the value of it. And I think in our urbanisation, the way things have gone, we've just become so disconnected from Mother Earth that we're failing now to see what's important and how we act. We're the stewards of this planet. We need to keep doing that. Imagine all the trees gave off Wi-Fi signals. We'd be planting millions of trees all over the place. There would be trees everywhere. It would be fantastic. But they don't do that. Unfortunately, all the trees do is produce oxygen. If only we could work around that and think more of these things. It becomes very difficult for us as individuals to know what to do. There are so many sort of conflicting ideas going about. But what we can do is take hope and do wee bits by ourselves. I'm imperfect in how I go about being sustainable. For sure, we all can be, but if we all do a wee bit. It's a bit like the guy who goes down onto the beach and he sees a wee boy in the distance down by the shoreline, and that boy's picking stuff up and he's doing something with it. He goes up and he sees that the lad is picking up starfish and throwing them into the sea. And he says to him, "Wee man, what are you up to?" He goes, "Well, I'm picking these starfish up and I'm throwing them into the sea because if I don't do that, they're going to die. The tide's going out. And if the tide goes out, they're going to be all left up here. And the man, you know, with his grown-up heat on, says, well, son, look, this is one beach and there's millions of beaches around the world and this beach is miles long and there's hundreds and hundreds of these starfish up here. It's a wee bit pointless, you're not really going to make a difference. And at that, the wee boy throws another one in and goes, made a difference for him. And I've made a difference for him. It's important that we all understand just the kind of differences we can make, and it's so wonderful to see you all out here today joining together to make that difference, and I'm delighted to be part of it. Well done, folks.
Hi, asked to speak, and you know, very grateful to you for that. I feel that this is a seed, and from one seed will come many. That we should love our neighbours as ourselves, but we should help people to see the errors of their ways, especially these multinational corporations, that there is a better way, a way of peace, a way of love. God bless you. Amen.
Hi everyone. I'm Fiona from Extinction Rebellion in Inverness. Thank you for inviting us to be here today. We're so honoured to be among such inspiring company. It's 8 years since I left school, but I still remember what it feels like to be really frightened about the destruction of our planet and to feel like grown-ups are not taking things seriously. The message was always, finish your education and then you can do something about it. But we can't wait 8 years for all you young people to graduate and become climate scientists. I know that things feel really scary right now. We're in the middle of a climate and ecological emergency, and change isn't happening fast enough. Even adults are feeling helpless and like change. The people in charge are not taking things seriously. But you guys are making change. People are listening to you, young people. In Extinction Rebellion Inverness, when we are talking with the public and with the councillors, the message is always, it's the young people standing up for what they believe in, that's the key thing, making them think about the issues and actually deciding to make change. Imagine if all the adults had as much wisdom and drive and compassion and love as you young people, how different the world would be today. So I'd like to thank you all for giving me hope, because I know that with young people like you standing up for what is right, we can make the world a better place for the planet and the natural world, but also for all the people that live in it. So I'm in awe of you all. Thank you for all your great work. Keep it up.
And those are, you know, living organisms, but no one seems to care. But one day, one of those 200 species will be us, and then people will think, oh no, what have we done? And we won't be able to change then. Like, we've only got 11 years left, as scientists say. And, you know, like, if we don't change soon, we might not be able to change at all.
I think we'll just do a final bit of chanting until maybe past. What do we want?
Climate action!
When do we want it?
No!
What do we want?
Climate action!
When do we want it?
No!
What do we need?
Climate action!
When do we need it?
No!
What do we need?
Climate action!
When do we need it?
No!
What do we want?
Climate action!
When do we want it?
No!
What do we want?
Climate action!
When do we want it?
No!
What do we need?
Climate action!
When do we need it?
No!
What do we need?
Climate action!
When do we need it?
No!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Climate change has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Climate change has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Climate change has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Climate change
Call to